Okay, this is going to be a video on how to thread a 1919 Bauer Machine Company harness stitcher. The first step is to go through the wax pot. This is a pot that used to carry hot wax back in the first part of the 1900s, and the thread, there was no wax thread. The thread would then go through the wax pot and come out through a little hole on the bottom. So you need to get it threaded in the wax pot, and you'll see a nipple on this side right here. So I'm going to work that through there. Okay, and you'll see where it comes out here then. See that string right there? So that's going to come out. Now it's under the tensioner. It comes from the spool under the tensioner. These are the tensioners right here. It pinches down on this upper plate. It comes through the wax pot, and already I can feel tension on there. So now I'm going to pull out some thread, and this is where this gets pretty critical. So as you can see, there's already a thread on here. I left it on there just so you can see what it looked like before. So I'll set that on the side, and I'll pull this down, and I'll go in the groove the first time and the big wheel on the bottom. I'll come up, I'll go over the second wheel on top. And this is where it might be a little confusing. I'm going to pull this, and you can see we're already getting some tension. I'm going to come back into the first wheel. So we've made a loop. And this is tension by turning these two tensioners. And what they do is put pressure not on the thread, but they put pressure on the wheel, so the wheel doesn't turn as quickly. This is key in getting your machine to sew on various thicknesses of leather. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go pull a little bit, and you want to come over here a little more so you can see the face of the machine. This is the string lifting arm, so I'm going to pull this piece of thread out of the string lift arm, and then it's going to be out. Now I'm going to pull up, and I'm going to go over the top first, over the top this way, and I'm going to take my thread down. I want to make sure I maintain my double loop. Now, the string gets even harder to pull because we're getting more and more tension. Now, I'm going to put my string down through the first latch. Beyond that point, it goes into two small little loops. They're not really full loops, they're half loops. So we want to thread down through that. And we're threading past a little bitty spring. I think I can go like this. I can stick it like this. Go past, see how it went past that thread? And that one will go past. And now we need to get it behind this little spring right here. I don't know how well we're going to be able to see that, but it's right there, and it's brass. And so it's handy if you have something like an extra needle or something there. Now I've got that little spring out. I'm going to put my finger on it, and I'm going to turn tight this little brass screw. So the end result is we've got quite a bit of tension coming down here. So to review once, we went from the spool to the tensioner, through the wax pot, out the nipple in the bottom. We went around, up, back down to the larger bottom wheel. We came up, went over top of the... Oh, actually, I screwed it up just a little bit. Maybe you can come over here and see where I goofed. You see the thread is on the outside here. The thread needs to be underneath, so I need to take that out. It's a good thing we reviewed. I need to take it out. I need to go in here, like this, because otherwise I would be on the bracket of the little spool and not actually on the spool. So there it is. So now it's going to come through, and now you can see that we're on the spool. It's no longer over the back. All right, so we'll go back here. I'll have to loosen up my screw once again, like that. Behind this catch, I think I can just stick it behind like that. And then behind these two, like that. Then I'm going to get my little spring popped out of there just again. There we go. Get that under there. Pull that through. And now I'm going to retighten my string latch there. Now we come down to the needle. I'm going to move over here. Now the needle has a groove in it, and the groove is critical. The groove faces out. I'll get another needle. Maybe I can show it. This is a side that does not have the groove. This is a side that does have the groove. I can put my thumbnail right in it. These needles can be anywhere from 2.5 inches long to over 4 inches long and varying thicknesses. So the groove faces me, or the groove is right here, and I can put my finger in the groove. Here's the tip of the screwdriver. We'll show it right there, and there's our hole where the thread goes through. So that's not too bad to do. Just take the thread, pull it through like that, and you're threaded. Now, the next thing we're going to do, this is our bobbin shuttle, a shuttle boat. It has this ingenious clip in here and a hole. I actually have 2 shuttles. I'll be using this shuttle right here. And I have pre-wound bobbins, and I'm going to show you how to wind these in a bit. So I wound these on the Bauer bobbin winder that I got with this machine. And I've got just a bit of tape on there to keep the string from going haywire. So that's what it looks like. That's a wound bobbin. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to look inside this boat or shuttle, and I'm going to point to a pointer, which is right there. That point is relative to this point on the bobbin. So I put the bobbin in, and, well, I'm screwed up just a little bit. I want the string. I put the bobbin, and I want my string to be under or down from this point. So it's in and down, and now I'm going to pull out just a little bit. So I'm pulling off the bottom of the bobbin. I have the point to the left, and I'm pulling off the string from the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the string up, and I'm going to close this latch. Now I have tension on my bobbin thread. When I pull on it, I have tension. This then lays down and goes through the hole you can see in the top of the shuttle. Now we have the shuttle threaded with the bobbin thread, and when I pull on it, I have a fair amount of tension. This shuttle drops into place with the point to the right, point going to the right, and you can see that on the machine. The shuttle carrier is designed and shaped so that the shuttle only sits in one way. It can't go another way. We have 2 little slide-in top brackets that slide into dovetail grooves right here. And what's going to happen now is I'm going to hold on to my initial thread, and you'll see as I go by, this lock stitch machine will make a lock stitch, and we'll be ready to sew. There, if you saw how that went, here's the bobbin thread. The shuttle moved back and forth and did the lock switch. I put the wrong side on. So now I put this side on here. I flip a little lever, which stops that from coming over. I put the correct cover on this side, and now it is completely ready to sew. Bobbin thread is in, top thread is in. And that is how you thread a 1919 Bauer harness stitching machine.